All right. So there are more than 100 AI startup events in the Bay Area. I learned recently, and I think everyone agrees that this is where the future is built, right? And where the next big things take shape. And in this live stream, we will take a deep dive into what's hot in early stage AI right now, which AI startups are on the rise, and what upcoming events AI founders and investors should definitely not miss. So let's kick it off. Happy to have you here, Eric and Evelyn. And
Hi.
maybe say ladies first. So Evelyn, what has impressed you most about AI at events in the Bay Area recently?
Last week I went to a Google startup event, Google Cloud startup event. Right now, cause they kind of offer 350,000 for the AI startup over the 2 years by providing training and technical guidance, and also give the startup exposure to get support from Google. And right now, there's a models launch almost every day.
Mm,
So he talked about the kind of there's a new DeepSeek distilled model launched, which is more like teacher-student models, which are much smaller size extracted from the teacher's models. And he demonstrated the Vertex AI platform that enable predictive or generative models. So how, with all these kind of models, how startups should choose from the deploying models about from the ease of use perspective, customization needs, scalabilities, cost, security, and compliance. So there's definitely a lot of questions about
mm,
the DeepSeek, how safe it is to use DeepSeek, actually. So Google replied that the important that we should separate the models from the host. So for example, TechTrust can host a Llama model. So every request you send to these Llama models will be stored in a TechTrust server, right?
mm,
But right now in DeepSeek case, both models and hosts are the same names. So if you are using https://deepseek.ai to ask questions from internet, then your data will be sent to a DeepSeek server, which may or may not be in China. But if you are using DeepSeek models locally nowadays from Google's or Perplexity's, which they have already some guardrails DeepSeek,
mm.
and then those data will be stored in the US, or you can even download it. So those data will be stored in the local servers. So that should be very easy should be removed some questions from the investors.
Yeah,
And also we talked about with some investors with the deep tech communities these days. So right now they feel small teams are definitely the futures. So they list out like all the most recent startups with 100 million to 200 million annual recurring revenues, and they're mostly like under 2 years and have less than 50 people. So that means startup need to move very very fast. And in the past, like for 75% AI investment goes to hardware to train LLM. So right now, since the models become so cheap, the trend will be like to goes to fine tuning LLM to train agent, the agentic workflow and tools by using API. So that should largely reduce the cost about for the AI startup. And um, so the area spending the most, besides from the foundation models, now should be the deployment and department AI. But right now, from the enterprise perspective, there is still a lack of killer AI app.
mhm.
And the most use case right now are code assistant for developers. In 2024, there are less than 14% of the people who are using the code assistant. But by the 2028, there will be more than 90% of enterprise software engineer will use them. So that's considered to be the highest growing area. And the
Absolutely.
next probably will be goes follow as the support chatbot, enterprise search, data extraction, meeting summarization,
Mhm.
and image generation. They are all like 20% growth. So I think those areas like can have more focus for the startups. But from enterprise perspective, they are moving 10 times slower than the product development. So the change is in 2023, 80% of the enterprise purchase from the vendors. But last year, 47% of solutions are developed in-house, and then the 53% purchase from vendors. That means like enterprise are growing confidence ability to use their internal AI solutions. So that means startups should probably more developing the tools and easier to customize with the end solution with the enterprise. So that should be what investors should hold. And then we talk about some voice agent development these days. Mostly use case will be for example, if you make a call to a department, there should be no wait and hold. So which is kind of like really frustrated. It should be much more faster, effective, responsible to recognize calls. But also some investors are questioning about how big the market is. So there's definitely some different ideas about it. And yeah, that's from me for the last week.
Awesome. I learned a lot. You get so many important stuff. Also, this whole AI development tools, tech layer, right? There's so much going on in early stage AI field, and that we can see so many new, fresh AI startups here. I think this is really going to be big in the next years, as you also mentioned, right? This is there's a lot of stuff coming, amazing stuff coming. I mean, also like data annotation, labeling, right? All this stuff. There's so much stuff. This is cool. Awesome. Okay, how are you doing, Eric?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yo.
So, what impressed you most recently in the Bay Area in AI, early stage AI?
Okay, what impressed me yesterday? I attended an event in Palo Alto, and it was on exploring how ultra efficient AI can enhance performance. That was the name of the event. And yeah, it was very informative. They explained really there were some PhD founders and everything like that, and they explained how ultra efficient AI can transform the capabilities of edge devices, such as like autonomous vehicles, computers, mobile phones, by enabling real-time decision making with minimal power consumption. So by leveraging optimized neural network architectures, quantization techniques, and hardware accelerators like TPUs and NPUs, AI models can run with lower latency and reduced energy demands. So this efficiency can enhance applications such as autonomous systems like Waymo, like Tesla, I think. Wait, no. Not Waymo actually, just like through autonomous vehicles such as like Tesla, some of the what was it? The autopilot systems in cars. It can like help those a lot. Lock devices, mobile assistants, allowing them to operate without constant cloud connectivity. So furthermore, I guess the advancements on these in-house on devices can reason improve security, privacy, and responsiveness. Make AI-powered edge devices more practical for mission tasks like healthcare, like in the healthcare industry, also industrial automation, and also smart infrastructure, they said. So yeah, those were some things that I found out yesterday at the event.
I mean, this is also such a huge topic, right? Like also connected to this tiny or small language models or tiny language models, right? So that large language models, it's not the only thing that's there, but we learned also at TechCrunch this well last year, right? There were a lot of presentations about this. So that AI is becoming more efficient, right? And cheaper, right? And what I always also see is that there will be also more AI startups in the future, right? Because it's more affordable to play around with and everything, and also for enterprises, right? What you mentioned. I think this is connected to this one.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. So that was our look back, and now looking in the future. So what upcoming events are most interesting? So, where are you planning to go in the next weeks?
I think next week I'll probably go to. There is one on Friday about hosted by Plug and Play. They're talking about scaling AI-driven sales growth, product usage, and customer retention. And there is one hosted by Startup Grind early March. They are getting the support together with the Springline and Canoi, with all 350 startups to discuss the future trend about AIs and what's happening around the Bay Area. So I think that one should be definitely worth to look at. There is some AI event hosted by Stanford right now these days about investment summit, generated tech, mostly focused on pharma health tech, which is like together with their medical department. So I think that one should be focused as well. Yeah.
Interesting. I like those
On my
events that had a very, I won't say niche focus, but for example, AI in healthcare, AI in pharma, AI in biotech, right?
Yeah.
Which is really, you learn a lot about the industry and also about
Yeah.
in this industry. And I mean, and powerful AI is always the technology and the use case,
Industry
right?
usage.
The
Yeah.
industry use case, right? So what about you, Eric? What are you?
Oh, okay. So next Monday, I hope to attend this event called San Francisco AI Founder and VC Networking. That's in San Francisco. That's usually just talking with other founders and networking with other like venture capitalists. That's one that's available that I saw. There's also one that is tomorrow, but I don't know if I can go because it's in Denver, Colorado. But I just saw it. I got invited. It's a really good topic, though. It's pioneering decentralized AI innovation with DeepSeek. So that's a really good topic. We were talking just about DeepSeek earlier, but yeah, it's all the way in Denver. So I don't know if I can go, but yeah, I got invited, so it's free. But that's
So you can
really
take it now, right? To be there in time. Take the bus. I know. All right.
Yeah, so,
Okay, that's amazing. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the Bay Area, and I think that's interesting for everyone, also outside of the Bay Area, right? To learn what's going on, because this is where the future is, and then it's spreading to the whole world. And so I think that's amazing that you do this here with us, with me. I would say thanks a lot for now. Thanks a lot, and yeah, looking forward to your next experiences and what you bring next time. And yeah, have a good day, and thanks a lot, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a good day. Yeah. Bye.